powerhouse.
An economic
All right,
powerhouse.
we are live.
What are we doing?
We are recording. And if anyone's listening and you hear strange noises, that would be one of the 3 dogs in studio.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
We have a whole pack in here.
Or Sage.
We got
Sage
the
makes
pack.
Strange noises sometimes.
That's
Sometimes.
Sage. Yep.
No, I don't.
There he goes. He made a strange noise. Did you hear it? All right. Here we go.
Welcome to the Tom Bernard Show and the family with
Co-host Catherine Brandt.
Alex Brampernard Rasmussen.
Andy Brant Bernard.
And Kristyn Burt.
Sage is here too, but he's hidden because he's too
He
young.
is invisible.
There you go.
Oh, who scored how many scores in a soccer game last night? 2.
2 points.
Ooh.
One was a nutmeg.
What one was a
Nutmeg?
nutmeg?
Nutmeg.
Nutmeg.
Yeah, nutmeg.
I know what nutmeg means, even less than nutmeg.
He said he got a nutmeg, and Diane and I both looked at each other like, "What did he just say?" And she said, "I said nut something." And she texted me that it was a nutmeg. It's a nutmeg.
I don't know.
I guess it's when you kick the ball between somebody's legs for a goal.
Yes.
Oh, it is.
No, or when you kick a ball, or when you kick the ball between somebody's legs at all.
It is called a nutmeg.
Oh,
Nutmeg. Okay,
Yes.
it's not nutmeg.
It's
Sage,
in
nutmeg.
soccer, also hockey and basketball.
There you go, the nutmeg.
Yes.
watch your
Push the ball through an opponent's
by your
legs.
feet.
That is a nutmeg in
Yeah, don't
basically
do
every
that.
sport that it's possible in.
I've never heard that. I learned something new today.
I didn't
Nutmeg.
either. Never heard of it.
Yeah.
I have glasses on so I can now see what the posts are on the show.
Yeah, Tom comes
That's
in.
why I've been wearing mine. I'm like, otherwise I can't see.
Yeah, exactly.
He comes in and he says, "Catherine, are these your glasses?" I'm like, "No." Really? Because I can see perfectly well in these.
You're like, well, they're yours.
They must be yours.
That would be a lie.
So that makes sense.
What the thing I don't get about reading glasses is I thought they improved your ability to see up close.
Yes.
But we are not up close to the projector, so
No, these.
It magnifies things.
This has
Yeah.
both. It's
Makes
close
everything.
and far range.
They're transition.
Oh,
not
they're,
transition.
Must be real
not
glasses.
transition, the
Yeah,
other
not
one.
transition.
Bifocal.
Bifocal, that's
Or
it.
something.
Well, no, there's
Oh, okay.
another. There's a word. Because bifocals are like they have specific
There's
reading.
trifocal.
The reading
There's-
region, yeah.
Oh my gosh, no! There's like a phrase for when they're both together.
I don't think that's
And
possible.
yes, it's a
It
thing.
is.
It's a thing.
It is.
Dan
Oh.
had to get them.
Dan,
Really?
has to get
This
him.
is
He's like 40
fancy.
years old.
Well, I know, but he looks at a screen so much, and I think it's kind of
I look at a
Yeah.
screen all
great
day,
for
every day, and my eyes are perfect.
Not been
There
good
you
at.
go.
You wear glasses.
Yeah, but you've been wearing glasses. Since
Yeah,
you
but
were
my
a
ability to
child.
read up close is perfect.
Oh, Sharon.
For
thank you.
now. For
For
now.
now.
Sharon says, "Good morning. Remember to hit the like button."
There you go. Good
Oh,
job,
Sharon
there
is
you
our
go.
YouTube
Sharon,
ambassador.
you're the best.
And yes, and our marketing manager, because we don't have one.
Well, actually, that's the interesting thing. My doctor told me, he said I could get LASIK if I wanted, and I wouldn't have to wear glasses anymore. My vision's not bad enough that I wouldn't. I mean, I could get 20/20 if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the way my eyes are, they're so bad, beyond like, I don't know, maybe a foot tops. He said that I will probably never need reading glasses because I can just go like this, and there you
Yeah.
go, reading glasses.
Oh,
Yep.
Like my eyes can accommodate perfectly up close because they're just like built that way.
interesting.
They're called progressive.
Progressive lenses.
I was like, I know it's
Progressive
something.
lenses.
No, Darren said it at
Sage,
the
look
same
at
time in the hidden chat as you did.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll call it the hidden chat.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kristyn Burt Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. So, Kristyn, I don't want to get too deeply into this, but it is still the biggest story out there and all the rest of it. Did you see what's that called? The manifesto, I think, when somebody's
They're
going to
usually
kill
called
them.
manifestos, yes.
Yeah, somebody's
No,
going
the
to kill
YouTube
themselves.
one that he
Yeah,
posted.
it's
He
quite
had a
the
very
thing.
long one on YouTube. I
They
guess.
always do. It's always like 100 pages of absolute nonsense.
But here's what I don't understand. He left the manifesto that said he didn't want to be trans anymore. He wished he
Yeah.
would have never been trans. And I'm like, isn't that his personal decision?
Not
he
if
wants-
it is foisted upon them at a very young age.
He did transition before he was an adult.
Yeah. And that's
Seven-
the thing.
No, but what I'm saying is his manifesto if he didn't want to be trans anymore, that's kind of his business,
It
isn't
depends. I mean, if he's gotten the surgery, there's
Yeah.
no way back from that.
No,
And
no, I understand
the
that.
HRT is also, there's a lot of irreversible side effects, despite what a lot of people will claim.
You know, what is so disheartening about this whole thing is, once again, this horrible, horrible event happens.
Yeah.
Just so sickening. And everybody has to turn this into a political fire.
Fry, like what, an hour after it happened, he's going like,
Exactly.
God's not real and stop being transphobic. It's like, wow, that's
And the real issue, there's so
way to be
many more
empathetic.
real issues. Like Governor Walz was asked to give security to that school 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Consistently denied it, denied it. And I mean, I'm not saying that even if there was enhanced security that this wouldn't happen, because if somebody wants to do something horrendous,
that's the things.
they generally can just do it.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter about gun control, because if somebody wants to find one,
I mean, it
they're
does matter. I mean, assault rifles should not be legal.
Assault rifles are not legal.
I mean,
They are
not
not legal.
I mean, not. No one should be able to get a.
But if somebody wants one, they're going to find one.
That's
They're
the
going
other
to
thing.
go
Make it
to
harder.
Mexico. They're going to find one. They're
Yeah.
on the streets. They're on the
Well, why in the United
Black
States
market.
is it way more common to have school shootings?
We have thousands of laws on the
Yep.
books about who can have a rifle and who can have this and
No,
who
no,
can
no.
have that,
No,
and
no, no, no.
permits and
That's-
all of it.
Whatever needs to
Go on,
happen
go on.
what
No, no.
to stop people from
Go on.
having these types of firearms, like in almost every other country in the world, and they don't have nearly as many school shootings as we do. Somehow they can figure it out.
Well,
Why
I
can't
think the United States is where all these things like the everyone's got ADHD, get on an SSRI. Everyone's got autism, get on an SSRI. We are where all of those started, and I don't think it's a coincidence.
Well, I think it's a multifaceted situation.
Yeah, I'm not
I don't
saying that
think
it's
that
just
if you
like-
just pass a law that it's not going to happen again.
I don't
I
think
have to
so
work
either.
now.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Some
But
other
that's
time.
what they keep
Go on,
on
go on, go on,
saying.
go on.
If we just pass stricter laws,
Sage,
it's way more than just
get your
that.
Sage, wrangle your beast.
You know what amazes me?
I mean, everybody's emotions are raw. Everybody's angry about it. It's
Yep.
now is not the time to start finger pointing and screaming and yelling. Sit down when
Yeah.
everybody's calm
Well, that's what they're doing.
and come up with some real solutions.
A
Try some.
bipartisan solution. If you're going to make it political, come up with a bipartisan solution,
I
because
agree.
Yes.
I don't
Oh, yeah.
think any Democrat or Republican wants to see their 8-year-old shot.
No.
Bottom
Right.
line.
I've seen things posted like, if you want this to stop, just the only way to do it is to stop voting Republicans into
Oh,
office.
God.
And I'm just like, that's not
Why?
it at
Well,
all.
and you have to think of the victims. Would any victim of violent crime want everybody to be fighting and screaming and yelling that you're wrong and I'm right and you're terrible and I'm the only good person in the room?
No.
It's just also distasteful and gross. I just can't believe what people turn into when there is a crisis like this.
Well, the fact of the matter is, if someone wants to kill a bunch of kids, they are going to succeed, because children are defenseless. No matter what kind of weapon they have, they don't even need a weapon. They will do it.
I mean, I just don't understand how we can't look at literally every
Every
other-
aspect.
every other country that's similar to ours in the world that doesn't have
That's a myth.
tons of no,
Pretty much all of them have
not
mass killings relatively frequently. It's just we're so big, it's much
Yeah,
more.
if you,
I mean,
obvious.
we are-
if you look
yes.
at the UK that has has no guns, citizens can't have guns except for maybe in the country.
there have been 0 school shootings in the UK.
There's
in
tons
this
of
year.
stabbings.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of stabbing.
I'm-
But you
just
can
saying.
stab.
I'm just
How
saying,
many
you're
people
never
can
going
you
to
stab
stop
in
it.
10 minutes? How many people can you kill with an assault rifle in 10 minutes?
Well, the thing
very
is,
different.
this guy only managed to kill 2 people with 3 guns.
Yeah, but hurt a lot
mean-
of people.
Hurt a lot of people, but I mean, like, you give someone like that a sword or a spear and put them in a kindergarten, they're going to do the exact same thing. Maybe even worse, actually.
Man.
Well, it's a lot harder to just, I don't know.
I know.
Whatever.
I wish there was some, magic law that you could pass and all of these things would stop.
Do you know what we should pass? We should pass a law that people should stop being so hateful.
That would be
I
very
don't think
nice.
you can
Yeah,
really
but
make
that's-
hate
That's not going to
illegal.
happen, though. How
But that's
about
the I've seen over the last 3 days is because this happened, I now hate all of these people. It's like,
Well, no, everyone's
what?
just mad. Everyone's mad and
Yes.
upset and sad. I'll say something outrageous, and the comments are probably going to go.
As usual.
I'm on board.
But this morning I was watching a video of all the National Guard in Washington, D.C. spreading mulch in a park, which is lovely and nice, but maybe put National Guard at your schools right now. I don't know. Maybe that's a solution. Instead
Maybe
of
parents need to patrol the grounds. I don't know. Make sure that if somebody's walking around in a hoodie and looking suspicious, that they get help. I don't know.
the private school that's right down the street from us, actually, we have two private schools that are right in the area. Both are religious based. They, since the start of the school year, they have both had armed security guards. Very noticeable, full time there while school is in session. So I think some schools are just finally just taking security into their own hands. Now, of course, a private school has the funds to do so. What do you do about your public schools?
When I went to public school, we had a cop who was always on grounds.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember his name. He never had to do anything as far as I know. He was just kind of like there, and everyone was just like, oh, there's, Officer Friendly or whatever his name
Didn't
was.
they used to call them resource officers?
I think that's what he was called, but I'm pretty sure he was an actual police officer who was like stationed at the school. And I don't think there was any particular reason. I mean, it was a brand new school. It's not like it was plagued by violence or anything, because
Well,
it was plagued by nothing. It was brand new. But
when was that bomb threat that you wouldn't tell me about?
that wasn't at my high school. That was wasn't that at ISM?
No, that was at I was at high school.
Oh, that was at,
I was like a junior. No, you were there. I must have been a freshman.
I was,
Or a sophomore.
I never went to high school with you.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did. My freshman and sophomore year, you did.
Yeah,
What?
you did. You
We were in
both
the same
Rogers.
algebra class. I helped you pass
Oh
algebra.
my God,
I
Andy.
think so.
Yes.
You hung over.
I went straight from ISM to Rogers High.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went to Rogers High School for 2 years.
Yeah.
I didn't know you went to Rogers High.
I was
Wow.
You
literally in
didn't?
your algebra class.
I don't know.
I helped
didn't-
you
Okay.
pass
All
algebra.
right.
When I
Anyway,
hear
whatever.
algebra, my brain shuts off for 24
I
hours.
loved algebra.
I just have not to like repeat myself too much, but here, okay. This 5 countries with the most school shootings. And mind you, yes, we are a very large country, but when you look at literally the rest of the entire world, which we are much smaller than,
Mhm.
United States, 288 school shootings between 2009 to 2018.
Oh God.
The next largest is Mexico, which has 8.
I don't believe that.
South Africa 6, Pakistan 4, Nigeria 4.
I don't think they report
No.
anything. in
World
those countries.
population review.
I would believe that we're the highest, but I do not believe a gap of like several 100%. It just reeks of pea hacking at the very best.
Exactly.
I don't know what to tell. Every single thing that I've read, and it's these are specifically school shootings.
Well, look at Howard Boyd. In the 80s, we had 3 officers at St. Louis Park.
In the
3
80s.
officers. Wow.
So what does that tell you right there? They saw this coming.
But
3
my school, I was talking about this with my mom yesterday. My school, if I forgot a book at school, like over the weekend, I could go like Saturday night. My parents would drive me over to the school and I could just open the door, walk in, go and get my book and walk out. That's how like lax security was, but there was just no need or no thought for it. And
Right.
we had lockers. We did not even have locks on them. We would just leave our books and book bag
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
hallway.
Yep.
Wow.
Absolutely. Same as at St.
Yeah.
Joe's and St. Anne's.
Very.
Different
So it's
world.
amazing how things have changed. Because now I've been to my school since I've graduated, and it's a locked door. You have to go and check in the front office. But people were free to come and go 7 days a week, 24 hours a day at my high school.
Indeed.
Yeah, in Prior Lake, they were called liaison officers.
Liaison
Yeah.
officer.
Liaison. That sounds
There
very
you go.
fancy.
I was going to
Liaison,
say,
very
how
cool.
highbrow.
But yeah, we're just trying to get. I did hear this morning, and I did not realize this. I guess because I didn't think about it. But do you know how many trans children or trans young adults we have in America?
It depends on how you define it.
Oh,
That's the
does it
thing.
really?
It's a 100% a question of definition at this point.
Because the one given on the national news this morning, 2.8 million.
I don't believe that.
I don't.
That
is
sounds
way too high.
extraordinarily high.
It really does.
There's no way
doesn't it?
that's true.
It's like,
Yeah.
well, that's. Do you think the national news is part of our problem because
Yes.
they never tell the truth?
Yep. Well, that's the thing is what I'm saying is, I mean, like, if you define it how you want it, you can make the numbers huge or you
Yeah.
can make them
Yep.
tiny. I mean,
Yep.
if you say like it only counts if they've gone through sexual reassignment surgery, I think the number is in the single digits. But if you say like anyone who has ever questioned their sexuality or gender, yeah, there you go. There's your millions.
Yeah.
that's true.
All right, we'll make one more comment on this, and we maybe get lighten the mood for us, Kristyn. I think we might need it.
I've got some good stuff. So
No question. But I
Yay.
just cannot believe it. It's how unfortunate this whole situation is, and people are taking advantage. He actually left a message that I just found out about this morning. He wrote it out that one of the reasons he killed himself, he was going to kill himself, is because he was sick to death of being trans.
Well,
He
like I
wrote
said,
that out.
there is a point of no return. And
Yep.
once you reach that point and you get regrets, it's like too bad.
Which is very, very sad. This was a sad kid. Why he wasn't, taken under someone's wing and protected, I don't know.
yeah, and that I think that's where we circle back to mental health in this country. And I
Yep,
think that's,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
and I don't think anyone is going to disagree or argue about mental health in the US. So
No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, it's
No,
really unfortunate.
I hope
but
not.
Yeah.
people are taking advantage of what happened, and I hate when they do that.
I
I
know.
really do. These people are, well, no, Sage is in here, so he can't get too deep. But
Ugh.
Correct.
He's
All
reading Dragon Masters.
let's cheer
He's
us
reading
up for a
Dragon
second.
Master.
What do you
Yeah, all right. Last night, since I'm heading to Vegas, I was, I'm going to a
Oh.
concert this weekend, but the Wizard of Oz opened at the Sphere last night. So I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but it's that immersive
No.
experience. So when you sit in your seats, like it features actual flying monkeys. There's falling apples during the
Wait, when you
scene.
say actual flying monkeys,
They have configured like not a real monkey, but
Okay.
they have like,
They've got
They've
genetic.
bred-
come
Yeah.
on, Andy, you're smarter than
I
that.
was thinking like, they put monkeys up on wires and just like throw them
No.
around the
But they
sky.
do have like these little like foam apples that like fall from the ceiling of the sphere,
cool.
and there's a
Huh.
tornado. When you're the tornado scene, you feel wind, your
Scary.
seat shakes. Like it's full
Yes.
immersive experience. It runs now through March 2026. I just looked to see what the starting price was for tickets. It's about $116.
It's about normal,
It's
isn't it?
honestly
Yeah, I
not
was gonna say,
horrible
like-
considering.
It's what you
Yeah.
pay to go see a concert.
Okay, now when
or
you say
something.
Wizard of Oz, is it the original movie? Is
It is
some
the
sort of-
original movie. They have
Ooh.
re-recorded the orchestral score, so it's so with new
Oh.
sound effects, but it preserved the original dialogue and the integrity of the vocals.
Oh, wow.
Because it's a 360 screen, they used AI to kind of extend the scenes out. And they said, if we had gone and hired artists to do it, it would have created two different like looks where AI was able to create like a seamless experience. So maybe this is an example of where AI can be used for good instead of,
Right.
For
trashing
good.
things. For good, for good.
Oh, well.
AKA part 2 of Wicked coming this November. But
Yeah.
my friend went and saw it and said it was unbelievable. So if you're heading to Vegas in the next few months, I would say reserve your tickets now because I think this is going to be a huge sellout.
I
We
I
need
think
to
our
go.
listener with the
We need to
longest
go.
name has a good point. Layer of Fun, Derek's YouTube Rec Room. That's quite the name. Refreshments cost $200.
Wow.
Yes,
Probably.
there you
Probably
go.
not
true.
wrong.
Probably.
You
That's
know
like-
what? Yeah.
Where you
I go
go.
in
Exactly.
fully fed, eat a nice meal somewhere on the strip, and then go
Yeah,
to the Sphere.
Exactly.
I like that. What does that say? It says,
Layer of Fun.
Layer
Derek's
of Fun.
YouTube rec room.
what's the first word?
Layer.
Layer.
Oh, it's a layer. I don't see
L-A-I-R.
layer.
Like a dragon's lair.
Oh, like a lair. Okay, there you go.
Like Dragon Masters.
Yes.
There you have it. Like the
That
Dragon
sounds
Master.
great. And that opened
Oh,
when?
that sounds so fun.
It opened last night and
And
it
where is
runs
the
through March
Sphere again?
2026 at the Sphere in Vegas on the strip.
Don't think.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a
yeah,
Big
yeah.
film, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been in 25 years, so
Hey, maybe it's
Yeah.
time to go. I'm gonna report back when we're back on what,
I-
Tuesday?
Doorbell.
Charlie, Prince Sign of the Times is on IMAX today.
Yes,
Are
I
you-
also was talking about that. So for anyone who is dying to see Prince, this is considered like one of the best concert films ever. And it's back on IMAX. It runs for only 1 week starting today.
1
Uh,
week.
1 week, that is it. So
Get out
if
of
you're
the
looking
way.
for something to do over the weekend, This is so chaotic, you guys.
Yeah, what's happening? Why are
The
we all?
doorbell rang. I don't know.
Oh.
There's somebody at the door.
Put the chair over
Sage-
where the dog
yeah.
bed is, and there you
Sage
go.
won't get out of the way.
Well, the problem is they put the
until-
chair in front of the only exit from this room.
Well,
But
I'm
it's
trying
not up
to
to fire code.
I
I can
didn't-
tell you that much.
I didn't know that there would be people showing up.
I didn't.
I didn't either. It's interesting
Oh,
stuff.
it might be Dave. Oh, it might
It
be
might.
Officer Dave.
Oh, he's
Right.
coming
Anyway,
in.
he's getting
He's
through that
coming
door. I
in,
can
yes.
promise you that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's-
Okay.
yeah.
That ain't
Okay.
happening for
Here
a
we
guy
Move
6'5".
the chair, please.
Time to move the chair.
There we go. Just have him go on the dog bed, nice and fluffy.
This is
Kristyn, you
like an
still are-
SNL sketch today. And then Alex
know.
is right in front of the camera.
There she is. There's the chair I was talking about.
And if
Okay,
anyone's
all
following
along, you can't
SNL, SNL is purging
That's-
their cast this week. So
They are?
there you go. They are, yeah. A lot of people are retiring. I know Heidi Gardner has already exited. They're getting rid of some of their smaller players, but it will be probably a very different cast come the fall. So you'll probably start hearing over the next couple of days a few more people who have exited. But I think that they kept a really big and strong cast for the 50th anniversary in celebration of that and all the events that were surrounding it. And I think now the budget cuts are officially in place. So
Is Keenan Thompson still there?
he is. And
seems
he's
to
not
like-
expected to exit. So
Yeah, he's like the face of SNL at this point.
Yeah,
I
he's
feel
been there
like.
forever.
he really is. And I think that Lorne Michaels really likes him there because he's so versatile in the characters he can play. Because he can play a dad and he can play, he does that sort of Alex Trebek kind of comedy with Jeopardy. So I just think that they find him one of those who is really valuable to the show. But I think some of the other players like Heidi Gardner, she's been there 8 seasons. She's kind of ready to probably do a TV show or do a movie. Like she's kind of outgrown the show.
Keenan
Yeah.
Thompson is the longest running SNL member with 22 seasons.
Really?
The second longest running, Daryl Hammond, did 14.
Oh wow.
So he has number 2 beat by 8 years at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You know
he's-
what? Career security. Do it as
Yeah.
long as you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to be doing pretty well at this point for himself, I would think.
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah, he could retire.
It's true.
Probably not, but he can at least he probably has at least a nice house.
22
Fred-
years at SNL, you'd think he'd have some money.
He has money, but nobody has money the way they had money even 10 years ago.
That's
It's
true.
why everybody's doing commercials.
Derek says he misses Phil Hartman. That's been a while.
Yeah.
Phil Hartman, his house is right on the other street, right over here,
Yeah?
where he was
Oh,
murdered.
what?
His house
that's
where he was murdered. Yeah, is a block away from
By
me.
his wife, right?
By his wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his wife murdered him.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
after
I'm
she'd been
happy
doing
to
lines
hear
of
to hear
coke at
that.
Buca de Beppa that night.
Yeah.
Buca
Yep.
de Beppo, there you go.
Doing lines at Buca de Beppa. Can you imagine?
I know.
Does anything sound more sad than that?
That sounds
No
very sad.
question about it. No
Very
doubt.
sad.
Yeah. And yesterday, you guys, I was almost run over by Ray Romano.
Oh,
Real what?
Ray
Ray
Romano.
Romano lives on the street behind me. And I was walking and he was coming out of his gate in this
Oh.
huge Land Rover. And I was like, I'm walking right in front of you. And he's like, I gotcha. Because he
Oh,
couldn't
that's
see me. It
good.
was so big.
yeah.
Awesome.
Cars like that, I do not agree with unless you need them for like business. It's like people who have like, F-350s as their everyday vehicle. It's like, you don't need that.
Do you know how many people are in massive debt because of trucks?
Well,
Oh,
they're
I
not
suppose,
cheap.
yeah.
I think like the I know that new F-150 Lightning was like 100,000 starting price.
Dan just listened to
That's a
this
house,
whole
almost.
thing about how many men in the United States are in like they pay as much for a truck as they make in a year.
That's- Well, I mean,
It's
like
crazy.
a new F-350. How much is an F-350 MSRP? Let's see, because like those are not. Let's see, the Ford Super Duty. Let's see, starts at $62,000. That is like an average salary
Yeah.
right there.
And people are
is, yeah.
like, yes, I need
Yep.
this truck. Absolutely.
And
it's
I mean, like if you're a contractor or whatever, I get it. Of course, you need something like that.
but most aren't.
But yeah, I'm like, you see these like 45-year-old suburban women driving Escalades, empty Escalades. And it's like, what are you doing? Get a minivan. We have a minivan. It's great. You don't need an Escalade. You don't need a 12-foot tall car that weighs.
There are so many people that are
50
weirdly
tons.
anti minivan, and it's so strange to me.
I understand.
We love our minivan. We
Minivans
have
are
a
the best.
Chrysler Pacifica. It's a plug-in hybrid.
I drove a minivan when I was a nanny because there were 3 kids, and Dan and I were like, if we ever had more kids, we would have got a minivan, but with 2, it's not like necessary. And like my nanny kids, there were 3 of them, and I was like, why would anyone with 3 or more kids not have a minivan?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
It's so comfortable. God, it's gigantic in there.
It's
When
great.
we first got it, I was like, I'm never going to be able to drive this thing. It's the size of a house. How do you maneuver in this thing? But it's actually not difficult to drive at all,
No.
surprisingly.
I can
That's
barely
great.
parallel park my Prius, so I'm
I
not
don't
getting a
parallel park.
minivan.
Yeah, I'm not parallel parking
No
any
par-
vehicle.
No
Thank
parallel
you.
parking.
I have.
I have to here in Los Angeles all the
That's
time,
true.
and I'm
Yeah.
terrible at it.
We have our minivan, and it is very, very large. It actually gets very good gas mileage, though, so there's that. But then I have my tiny little Nissan Kicks, so we have like both extremes. We have a very small
Yeah,
car
your
and a very, very
Nissan thing
large
is
car.
like, I feel like I could pick that up if I
Yeah,
needed
it's
to.
very
So
small. So it's like I got my little, about town car that can get anywhere, and then we got our minivan in case we need to go on an outing.
Okay, follow Darren's post. Every minivan I've ever seen is missing at least one hubcap.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Those they've been on the road for 50 years and they haven't been tended to once.
I think that's very funny.
I know
Oh.
exactly what you're talking about.
It's hilarious. No question.
And the
about
sheen
it.
on the paint has like worn off over the years, so they're almost flat.
Oh, yeah. So, Kristyn, we only got a couple more minutes with you. Anything you recommend watching over the weekend?
Oh, well, I would say that this is the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, believe it or not.
Oh,
geez.
And there are eight documentaries you can watch online. Yes, on streaming. So Netflix has one, Nat Geo has one, from all different perspectives. CNN has one, ESPN's doing one from the sports perspective, obviously with the Superdome. So if you are looking for a kind of a really sad, tragic look back at Hurricane Katrina, that is what is happening over this Memorial Day weekend.
Is that a good thing?
I mean, I think lessons learned for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, with how people handle hurricanes or people understanding that you need to have 3 days worth of supplies in your house before FEMA can come in and help you. And now I don't know what's happening with FEMA. So, for emergency preparations, probably good to watch.
it's crazy to me how many people don't have 3 days of food in their house. It's like, what do you have in your house? It's just
Yeah,
like nothing.
Our freezer alone we could probably eat for a week.
Yeah, easily.
If we just
We have a chest freezer in our garage. That's easily a week of
But
food.
remember, in New Orleans, a lot of the economically challenged areas were the ones who were impacted
Yeah.
the most.
Yeah.
So
Like, we
maybe
have-
they don't have, I know, but
Yeah.
some people don't have, unfortunately, 3 days
Well, but what I'm
of
saying
food
is
in their
like,
house.
we probably have a solid 3 pounds of rice in our pantry at any time. That costs nothing.
But you're not economically challenged. I mean, I sit there at this time of year too and see teachers of like having to buy meals for kids because their house doesn't have the money or the funds right now. And here we go.
Alex had to get up because the
Well, it's 'cause
dog's
Jude's
whining at the door.
Judy.
Where's mom? Where's mom? All
That's
right,
what
young lady,
Sage
what are you
does.
going to do over the weekend?
I'm headed to Vegas. I'm leaving in a few hours.
You're going to Vegas.
She's going to see the
So-
Wizard of Oz.
I am not. I'm going to see Ashley
Oh.
Simpson
you're-
live in concert tomorrow night.
Amazing.
You're just aware of the Wizard of Oz.
It was a huge deal. It had its premiere last night in Las Vegas. So,
Yes.
but I will be back. We're back on what, Tuesday?
Yes,
We're back on Tuesday. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'll have the full economic report on Vegas, whether social media is lying or telling the truth that people are there or not there and spending money.
Yeah, I've heard there's no one there, but I mean, for a lot of people, no one there means like there's enough room for liquid to flow through the crowd. It's insane. Like the state fair this year. It's like everyone's talking about how there's no one there, and it's like
Oh, we were there.
there is
There were-
plenty of people there, but some people are like, unless every molecule of space is occupied by a human, then it's considered like, the end times.
Okay, 2 things I want to close with. Kristyn, you going to go eat at Rayo's while you're there?
No, I'm not.
You don't like Rayo's?
No, I like it, but Italian food is not my number one choice.
Oh,
Sushi.
get away from me.
Italian food's kind of on its way out, I feel like. A lot of people don't like they're
Yeah,
ambivalent.
I like something lighter for dinner, like sushi.
That's the thing is, Italian
Mm.
food is like you're going to be full for 8 hours afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm so sad the Mirage shut down, right?
Yeah, they're doing or was it Treasure Island? Treasure Island.
Treasure
I
Island,
thought
yes.
somebody told me that the Mirage shut down, and one of my favorite restaurants on the strip was at the Mirage.
Yes, the Mirage officially closed July 17th last year.
Yeah.
Did?
Is that the one that's becoming the Hard Rock? I think so.
I think that's
Maybe that's it. Yeah,
It's going to be
becoming the Hard Rock.
completely remodeled with
So-
tropical themes removed, and it's going to be sterilized like everything else.
That's weird.
Mirage Volcano is going to go away for a new 700-foot tall guitar-shaped hotel tower.
Oh
So
yeah,
yes,
that's Hard
become
Rock.
a
Yeah.
Hard Rock.
That's
Yeah.
Hard Rock. no
Yes, that's
question.
Hard Rock. Well, and the Beatles, Cirque du Soleil was there. So was that just done, or did that move somewhere else? I don't know.
I don't know, but Kristyn's got to go. We'll close with this, Kristyn. Put this thought in your head. Many, many years ago, I was doing an appearance at the KQ Morning Show in Las Vegas. We used to go there once in a while and do shows from there. And we had 5,000-6,000 people that would show up for these shows and all the rest of it. But we're walking down the strip, and those guys that they got the things. And hey, you got to get this. Got to get. Did
Yep.
you do that? They handed one to Andy.
Oh, no.
He's 12 years old. Andy looks at it. It was for a strip club. And Andy goes, I'm 12 years old. What's the matter with you?
Well, and I was not an old-looking 12-year-old.
No, you
I
were
looked
not.
like I was 12 until I was probably 20 years old.
That's
Yes.
very true.
So it's not like this guy was like, oh, there's an older gentleman. It's like this
Yeah.
is clearly a kid with his parents. It's
Yeah,
just
it
such
is. What's
weird-
wrong with you was the right response.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wrong with you.
very
was.
bizarre behavior.
So, Kristyn, have a wonderful, from this point, if you don't have to work the rest of the day, you actually have a 4-day weekend, unless you have to work today.
Oh,
Working.
she's working.
She's
There it
working.
is, working. Okay, 3.5-day vacation. How about
Yeah.
that?
Thank you. I'll see you all on Tuesday. Have a great long weekend.
Thank you, you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Kristyn Bird Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We'll take a break. Be right back. I believe Nana will actually join the show. again,
Maybe.
actually.
Who knows?
We'll see.
Who was at the door?
I have absolutely no idea.
Probably yet another
I think
I'm,
contract.
That's
gonna say,
off,
I'm
I guess.
assuming it's somebody involving
Are you ready?
the house.
Let's go into break. What are you doing?
Oh, there is a guest.
And then we'll get settled.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
We'll be right back right after this.
From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Allie?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands free, but you can't have your phone in your hand for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget. And now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
You're fine.
Yeah, put that on.
Let's take a second to talk about my bank, North American Banking Company. As a business owner, you're always looking for opportunities to grow, and that's where North American Banking Company can help. Their business banking team offers tailored solutions, whether you're expanding your team, opening a new. I love how they talk right outside the door.
You might want to
It's great.
close the door.
Their business banking team offers tailored.
Want you to bail out?
No, you can just come in and say
No,
hi
you
quick.
Come on in.
Yeah,
Come on
check
in,
out
sit
the new
down.
place.
And then you can be quiet while I'm reading the commercial. You
That too.
pill. Here, sit down.
No, sit down.
No, they don't want. They want to go. They
want to go do their
want to start boozing it up. Probably.
okay.
That's not even
It's a 3-day weekend.
Oh God, nice. sense
5
of
o'clock
humor.
somewhere.
All right, I'm going to start this commercial over again because
What a
Bilski
terrible idea.
deserves it. Let's take a second to talk about my bank, North American Banking Company. As a business owner, you're always looking for opportunities to grow, and that's where North American Banking Company can help. Their business banking team offers tailored solutions, whether you're expanding your team, opening a new location, or upgrading your equipment. because they're locally owned. Loan decisions are made right here in the Twin Cities, which means faster approval, more flexibility to meet your needs. If you're ready to take your business to the next level, why not bank with my friends at North American Banking Company? Visit nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Rocking out, man.
You sure are.
All right,
Dave, you'll need to
shift
turn your
change. You can
transponder
probably tell
on.
we've done a shift change by just looking at the
Yes,
screen.
we have done a shift change. It is now Boys Club.
All right, so are you going to introduce yourselves? I think you should.
Officer Dave.
You used to.
Hello, Officer Dave. I'm Jesse the Shrink. I think this is our first time officially meeting. Nice to meet you.
We have cops, we have shrinks, we got everybody.
Hey, I
here
might
today.
need that. You never know.
I need it, believe me.
Yeah, I don't know who needs who right here right now. We might need you. You guys might need me. We might all need Tom. I don't know.
Well, you know, the thing about it is, I'm glad we have a shrink and a cop in studio because I'm watching the news since this thing happened. What was that on? That was on Wednesday. Is that when the shooting happened?
Yeah.
Yep. We've gotten responses from all over the country that come on the show. You'll see the people down there in the bottom right. They all comment on the show and all the rest of it. But I want to know from a police officer and a shrink, where are we headed? What is the problem? Or has it always been this way? I don't understand. Let's go after children and kill children because it's their fault. What is that?
He didn't target the children because it's their fault. He targeted the children because it was an easy, soft
Yeah, because
target.
it's easy.
Oh, so that's all it was. It was easier for him.
Well, like
to
I
do
said,
it.
I think I said on Wednesday, churches and schools and stuff like that, they're usually no gun zones, which means if you have a gun, you are the only one with a gun.
Yep.
So good luck stopping you. And that's part of the problem.
I just got a message on my watch from a listener that said, "Hey, you and Dave, you should have a competition. Who has bigger legs?" We do have pretty big legs.
We do, yes.
I can see. I think Dave's got it. I can see from this angle. It is the same build, but there's just a little more girth for Dave.
There's no question about it. And I'm kind of
Now, if we're
glad.
done comparing girth, we can continue.
I knew
Yeah,
somebody
there you
was
go.
gonna
There you go.
grab on.
Andy had to go there.
Yep.
Yep.
I
So,
took the easy target.
We won't spend the
one.
whole time talking about this, but I want to talk about the psychiatric side of it and the law enforcement side of it. I couldn't see the time in my head where I'd go, you know what? I'm not happy, so I'm going to go kill someone. It's like, what
Didn't you
is
say you
that?
grew up with people doing that, though?
I did.
Just constantly killing one another. So
Yeah,
it's not like
that's
this is a
very
new
true.
thing.
Family members, the whole deal.
Yeah.
I think it's what has happened to law enforcement in the last 10 years has really created a major problem.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who's causing the problem? We're talking politicians.
Yes.
What a shock!
Yep.
How did that
That's
ever
my
happen?
opinion on it.
That's
I mean,
my opinion too.
they took what we had an overabundance of officers. We had good officers coming in, and then all of a sudden, no, we're going to defund everything and take away your power and make you softer, kinder, gentler. It's just, I think that's where we went wrong.
I understand. Very quick side comment. Boy, do I need a haircut. I just noticed that.
Actually, you know what? Actually, look at the screen. I'm going to take a picture of you. Okay, now you look at this picture. Who do you look exactly like?
I can't. The back of my head.
Who is that a picture of?
Oh, it's not me.
Well, no, it is you, but from the back, maybe Dave can guess.
Don Shelby.
Yes, you look exactly like Don
That
Shelby
is
from
Don
behind.
Shelby. That is.
I'm gonna put it up to the camera so everyone can see.
We got to get Don on the
Wow.
show again. I love Don
I
Shelby.
forgot about Don.
Let's see if the camera can handle this. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. All right, here we go. Is the camera gonna
It's a little
Get it-
foggy.
Let
you
it,
know,
fo-
back it
let it
off a little.
focus. Yep.
see?
Oh, it won't focus.
And
Oh, there you go.
No.
Don Shelby.
kind
ladies
of hard to
and
see it, but so yeah, a haircut might be in order.
So instead of, because it's been 2 days of talking about this guy killing children and injuring children and doing all the rest of it, but we're all still looking for answers. Now he, of course, they turned, I guess they opened the gates on all the stuff he had written about. He said he was tired of being transsexual,
Mhm.
didn't want to be transsexual anymore. But that's his choice, isn't it? Or was somebody putting the pressure on this kid the whole time?
I think yes. There's a lot of pressure on kids to be like different and unique, and that's a very quick and easy way to become different and unique.
She was allowed to change their name and do this stuff before they were an adult.
Right.
Which, Jesse the Shrink, you've had a lot of extensive training on brain power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When can a person actually make that decision? I mean, and have a clear mind, clear thought on it.
Yeah, it's like we don't allow 17-year-olds to like sign documents. You can't get
They can't vote.
No one notary will accept a signature from a
Exactly.
17-year-old.
Yep.
So it's like, was this even a real decision from a person, or was this a decision by someone around them? It's very muddy waters, and we're not going to get the answer in Minnesota. I can tell you that.
No.
It's way too politicized.
Okay, I have to ask a question here because he was, how old was he? He was like 18 or something?
No, he was like 23.
Oh, he's 23. Okay.
You mean like when the shooting happened?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
23.
How old was he when he transitioned?
17, I believe.
He was 17.
So,
okay. The reason I'm asking that question, and I'm absolutely telling you the 100% truth here. I grew up with 4 brothers and 2 sisters, and I believe I was just about to turn 12, or I was 12 when I found out for the first time that girls didn't have penises.
well,
Because I assumed that was part of the human body, right?
That's all you knew,
Yeah.
right?
That's all I knew.
Yeah.
So I assumed that girls had penises too.
No.
So
You didn't get the book like I did.
yeah, that's why you didn't get the book. So I didn't watch porno. That whole deal. Oh God, my mother! I'm just picturing my saint of a mother. Pornography running in her house. That would not have
probably
been
not.
good. She would not have cared for that.
No.
But how do you get to a point then by 17 years old? If I didn't even know till I was 12 that girls didn't have penises, I mean, or I shouldn't, or I should, or I what? I just don't understand how you get there that quickly at 17 years old.
One of the chat or commenters there said they're learning about it in school.
They absolutely are.
early.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, I did not know. See, I didn't know that.
Yep.
I
And
didn't pay
back
attention to school
when you went
anyway.
to school, they didn't have sex ed.
Oh
That's
God, no.
They
not
didn't.
with- not
Well,
with the
actually-
I never
nuns.
thought about that.
Yep.
Not
I'm
with the
reminded.
nuns.
I'm reminded of a thing that happened when I was in, I think, 5th or 6th grade, to show how naive I was. So this would have been like late 90s or so. And our teacher, she did a thing where she'd think of an object and we had to guess what the object was. So like, so the object she was thinking of was a clock. So we'd be like, is it square? And she'd say no, that sort of thing. And one of the kids, it was his turn to guess, and he wasn't ready. So he said, just a sec. And the teacher said, it has to do with sex, thinking like the plural of sec, as in seconds. And everyone started laughing. And another kid in the class, he says, I know, it's bed, because it has to do with sex. And a bunch of other kids laughed at that. And I didn't get it. I was like 12 years old, and I was
Right.
like, what would a bed have to do with sex?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, there you go.
So it really you can get introduced to this stuff really young, and you can remain oblivious to it for a very long time.
Yep.
And I was the latter.
I suppose. But so how do you arrive at? Because I just found out from the documents that he left behind that he was tired of being transsexual. He didn't want to be transsexual anymore. He was very frustrated by the whole thing. What then drives you to kill somebody else for that reason? I don't understand. Why would
I
you
don't
kill
think that was
someone?
the entire
That's what our
reason.
shrink is.
Yeah, that's why the
Yeah.
shrink is here today.
How does the brain go from logical thought to mass shooting?
If we knew that, he wouldn't have a job.
Oh, Jesse, the shrink's
Yeah, we would
out
have
of
solved
work.
it a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a balance of course, you guys all know. Can I pinpoint everything exactly that goes into that stuff?
Right,
No,
right.
Of course not. But I do think that it can be complex. It is complex. If I try to imagine what I'm taking in from what you're saying, and let me just say about this story is that I've got the gist of it, but I've been so busy that I don't have all the details. So I'm
Mhm.
learning a little bit too from what you're saying.
Mhm.
But if we're going to get at the idea of how could somebody in that situation get to the point to want to do that? One of the things that could be there, and then let's be clear, does this mean it should be there? No.
Mhm.
One of the things that could be there is if this person is saying, here's who I've been my whole life. We can get into where did that come from and all of that stuff. But if this person believes that this is who they've been their whole life, there's something in them that believes that that is being rejected, and it leads them to feel like they're not worthy of being here. And they feel like other people feel like they're not worthy of being here.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Now get at a core thing of us as humans. If we can imagine being that person
Mhm.
who, for whatever reason, here's who we are, the world rejects us and they think we shouldn't be here, and I can't escape from being this person, they can reach that point of hopelessness to potentially do something like, all right, well, I don't want to be here anymore. And these people are part of my suffering, or there are people who made it this way and that shouldn't have had to have been this way, and nobody's listening.
Yep.
So before I peace out, let me deliver a message.
I'm going to take a couple of you with
Yeah.
me.
And then again, you take all this in. Am I sitting here in any way saying something's justified? Nope, not at all.
No,
But
I
trying
get
to
you.
understand
Right.
maybe where the stuff comes from, that is
Yep.
one possible.
I hear
think
you
where that's
clucking,
coming
big
from.
chicken. Yep.
Yeah.
Clicking big chicken. There you go.
Well, there's definitely a lot of, if you look at this kind of thing, this kind of crime that a lot of these people commit, it is often just like, I want to hurt society before I go.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
as simple as that. I
Yeah.
just want to make a lot of people hurt.
Didn't that
Just out
feel
of
that,
spite.
didn't that feel the way with Columbine? You guys remember when Columbine?
Yeah.
That's what that
Yeah.
one felt
Yeah.
like. That.
Yeah, they were just like,
Yep.
I'm going to hurt people because I don't, I want them to be hurt. They're just, they're just bad people.
Didn't we see videos of them kind of? I can't remember what they looked like, but didn't we see videos of them later? The Columbine kids kind of. Like a celebratory, like, yeah, this is what we're gonna go in and
right.
do.
Well, they were definitely, they were that whole, like, edgy, hail Satan, murder is good kind of kids. And,
Yeah.
usually that's like, everyone goes through an edgy phase, I feel like, at some point, and they're all like, oh, death is cool. But I don't know. It seems like a small percentage of them actually like start to believe it.
Mhm.
And that's what happened in Columbine. I remember when it happened. That was a long time ago. I remember when it happened, people were trying to blame, like, Satanism, lack of God, that sort of
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
They were trying to blame Doom, the video game.
Yeah.
Like, these kids were playing Doom, and they had made their school in Doom. But I mean, a lot of kids, a lot of gamers back then, and even probably now, making your school in a game is like just kind of like a thing you do because you want to make a map because it's cool. You make your own thing in a game. And what do you got? You got your school or your house, and that's your world.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't think it's as simple as like they were trying to make a murder simulator, especially because Doom, if you've ever played the original Doom, is not going to help you simulate any sort of murder. I can tell you that much.
And I remember reading about going back in school, reading about the whole thing. This is so to some degree the beginning of this conversation of, is this a new thing? Is this an age-old thing? I think the answer is yes and yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
The answer is yes and
Yep.
yes, because go back to what Andy's saying about, you can go back at any time and go, what were they pointing to? But I remember learning in school some of the research on some of this, because obviously they're psychologists trying to figure out why this stuff
Mhm.
happens. And so as they do the best they can to try to understand it, their conclusion ultimately is the idea that video games are influencing these kids to become this way,
Right.
or any of that stuff.
Yep.
Probably we should just rule that out as some kind of a core influence. Might there be something there? There could be. Maybe a Grand Theft Auto thing does a little something, but that's not going to create this
Right.
in somebody.
Right.
Their theory is it's more like if you have somebody that does a shooting and then you go, oh, let's look at the music they listen to, look into the video game.
Right.
It's more likely there's something about them that was drawn to that kind of a thing.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's not like
Yep.
we're going to go in and start playing Grand Theft Auto, and
Right.
pretty soon one of the four of us is going to go shoot up someplace. We're going, yeah, we probably shouldn't have played Grand Theft Auto.
Right.
It's like, I remember I don't remember, but I'm aware that after Lennon was killed, a lot of people were trying to ban Catcher in the Rye because that was the shooter's favorite
Oh,
book.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Ever
okay,
written.
so they think that Catcher in the Rye, a book that has nothing to do with killing or violence or death, is brainwashing this guy into
Yeah,
killing Lennon.
right,
yeah.
People are always going to look for the easy answer. It's like, if
Yep.
we ban this thing, we will solve this problem. Easy peasy.
Yep.
Right.
And it's rarely, if ever, that quick.
Which is a natural part of how we're all wired. And
Yeah.
that's part of what we're doing right here is the brain automatically goes, What's the causation of this? This is
Yep.
terrible. We need to change something. What's the cause? So, especially when it's something as urgent as we have children being killed.
Right.
Mhm.
I mean, we're going to want to jump to action and go, this needs to be banned. This needs to be,
Right.
it makes sense. We're
Ban it
trying
and
to
our children
solve
are
it.
safe forever.
I mean, I was 7 years old when AC/DC started to get popular, and I love AC/DC. Right?
Yep.
I didn't develop ideas to go hunt people down, and
We hunt criminals down.
Oh, there you go.
he's got me. What do I
And he
go?
got you with that
But it's
one.
the Superman within you. You
Yeah,
took that
exactly.
evil message and you channeled it for good. See?
So let me ask you a question based on that, both as a shrink and a cop, and Andy, of course,
And also a me.
and also an Andy.
Yes, Andy.
But why is it that people, and it's been going on now probably about 30 years, you do something they don't like, and the first thing they move to is you're either homophobic, you're racist, you're sexist.
Mhm.
It's not just about who you are. There's a causation of it all.
I don't know. It's been like before that, it was you're a communist sympathizer or
Well, that's what I'm saying.
you're a
It all fits.
fascist
It all
or you're a
fits in.
Confederate or you're a Yankee or you're a Roman. It's been going on for many, many thousands of years, I
Yes,
think.
I agree.
Labeling is an easy shortcut for like
Right.
I don't have to take any of your opinions seriously.
Right.
It's been a thing forever.
You know, when I got the first time they called me a racist and a homophobe on the KQ morning show, which was a little hard to deal with the fact there were 3 black men on my show. Like, how do you go from 3 black men to you're racist? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me or whatever. But I was thinking about that. Do people make that comment because they're thinking in their own heads? Well, I was thinking about that myself.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the time, yes.
Is that part of it? I'm looking inward, and I'm going to blame it on you.
They're channeling it out through.
Mhm.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, that's a very common meme on the internet. So on the internet, getting called racist is like something that just happens every day. No matter
Every
what you
day,
do. You can
yes.
say good morning, and someone will call you a racist. And a very common meme to find on the racist or on the internet is like someone will see a picture of a monkey and they'll immediately think of black people and want it banned.
Oh,
And it's so
Yeah.
they assume that the
God.
reason that there's a monkey is because someone's making fun of black people, even though it's just like a monkey in a vacuum. And that actually happens quite a bit on the internet is
Right.
people will be like, oh, you're talking about monkeys? Why are you're being so covertly racist? And
Right.
well, it's like
I know.
monkeypox. They changed monkeypox because
They did.
they thought it was
Oh,
a racist
yeah.
name.
Yep, they did.
And it's like they're just
That's right.
hallucinating racism. And I feel like in order to do that, you have to have some sort of something wrong with you.
Don't you think they should ask though about people's? I'll give you an example. Like when they did go after me, because I didn't know that woman was Asian. When I said get the hell out of the country, but I didn't know. It changed all the rest of it. And I was reminded by friends that I've known for my entire life. They said, we should have taken pictures. Benny Cruchon, who was black. You had Ronald Cloud, who was Native American. You had Chucky Gleason, who was Irish, when I should never, the other 2 guys are okay, but not the Irish. We don't want the Irish.
Mhm.
What's that from? What's that?
Blazing
Saddles.
Saddles.
Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you got 3 very different kinds of kids, went to St. Joseph School. We all went out, had a ball. If indeed I was thinking about becoming a racist, wouldn't I have not gone with them all the way back?
Yeah. But you grew up in a neighborhood where you had that mixed
Absolutely.
heritage. You
Right.
grew up with it. It
But
was
see, they
normal.
don't understand that. Don't even bother to ask about that.
Right. No, they just
Nope.
form their own opinion
Makes
and
no sense.
say whatever they make up in their head. That's the gospel truth.
Is it because in their head they kind of worried about being racist or homophobic themselves?
I don't know about that. The people that I've dealt with has been, the first thing that comes out of their mouth is what I think, and
That's what I'm
because I
saying,
think
yep.
it's right.
Andy Jacobson, you are thinking of Philip Wise and Mary Mack talking about Koreans eating dogs.
Oh yeah.
Who's the racist now?
That's what. Who's the racist now? That's very funny.
that wasn't old. That had to have been 10 years ago.
At least, yeah.
So this reminds me of something I was talking to about a client recently. I wish that we could have some kind of a visual that everybody could see and be taught about how our brains are wired with the different types of biases.
Yep.
Because that's a hardwired thing. It's a survival tribal thing that's there. It's there
Right.
for a reason. And I think that a lot of the questions being asked here that's where the answers are. And it's for all of us because we're all wired with them. So
Right.
take any perspective on any of the stuff that you're talking about.
Right.
A lot of the core of where people are coming from is one or multiple of the biases that's affecting their brain because it affects how we're perceiving reality. Why is somebody going to automatically go, you're a racist, if most people can objectively step back and go, that's not really racist?
Right.
There's a lot of things that
Right.
can go into that from their background, but it's probably ultimately tying together into some biases there. So confirmation bias is one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk in already thinking that this is a
Yep.
racist person. Confirmation bias goes,
Yep.
I just heard this word that he said. I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? That's
No,
there's your confirmation bias.
absolutely true.
And just to say one other thing is one thing I tend to picture, and maybe Tom, I've shared this with you before, but on a societal level, I picture this pendulum. And I think that over time, it tends to do this.
Yes.
Right. And so one of them will be if you go homophobia, racism, things like that. Most cultures, including ours, have had times in the past where there are groups of people that weren't treated fairly.
Correct.
Right. And so after not being treated fairly enough, what happens with the pendulum is you get enough people that rise up and go, change needs to happen. So here goes the change.
Right.
And
What
it
tends to
swings
happen
right
in society
past.
is then it keeps right on moving past where it probably
No,
should have.
Yes.
And
Yes.
keeps-
And now there's a
Yep.
correction that's needed. And
Yep.
that's where you're going to get people from the other side or other perspectives that start to stand up and go, whoa, enough. And then it starts to go back this way again.
Yeah,
and
but
so
I
we
agree
kind of
with that.
constantly have people going, what's going on? A lot of it is just, it's kind of that. But
The
it's,
pendulum spends the least amount of time in the middle.
That's true.
Yeah. that's very
ooh, Andy, I've never heard that one before.
But it's
It's
100%
really
correct.
good.
I am
That's
very
really
wise.
good.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for that. I get to go with that for the rest of the day.
Like the people in the chat are talking about how they paid like $30,000 for their first house.
Yeah.
It's like, this is an old conversation they're still having. Why did we? Oh, we were talking about people buying cars for like $100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said that's like almost the price of a house, which it kind of
My,
debatably isn't.
my
even
brother
at this point.
just last September, $76,000 on a new F-350.
Oh,
Yeah.
my.
There you go.
F-350,
The F-350.
$76,000.
But does he need it?
Holy
Yeah,
God.
he pulls camper and that kind of stuff with it.
Well, there you go. I mean, like, I guess if you're going to use the power and the size and everything, you know,
Plow
why
snow,
not?
all that stuff.
Oh yeah, if you're plowing snow, you need something like an F-350.
Do you
I
ever
just-
stop right now, though? Sometimes any of us, now we're old enough to on this topic, you ever stop and go, oh my God, I'm the one who's old enough now to be doing the price comparison?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's it.
Yep.
Just keeps, that's another thing. It just keeps going. We all do it when we get to that part of the generation.
When
You know,
I saw that, our first one was a split entry, 950 finished square feet, $108,000.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be.
That was 92.
That's
so.
a funny thing about being a gamer is that it's for the past 30 years, there's been a conversation about our video games getting too expensive. The price of a new video game for the past 30 years has been $60.
Yeah.
That price has not changed this entire
really?
time.
Yeah. That's,
And-
yeah.
And yet people are still talking about like, oh, it's getting so expensive these days. And it's like these NES games made by 5 Japanese people in a basement somewhere. And they were charging 50, 60 bucks for it. You could beat it in half an hour. And now you got games where like Skyrim, you can put 500 hours into it for the same price.
Yep.
It's just crazy how much more value we have for the price, and people are still complaining about it.
Mhm.
I love this. Andy Jacobson posts, you do know that younger people have zero sense of humor. And Bill responded, no, they do not.
It depends on if you think Skibbity Toilet's a sense of humor. That's
Yeah.
Well, I suppose that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, I suppose that's probably true. But I just, I don't know. We're trying to figure out the world and why people always want to hurt someone they don't know. The first thing I will never understand. I don't even know you, but I'm going to say, you're an asshole. I just decided. I don't even know you.
I'm going to be better than you. That's the deal.
That's what it is. You're
Mhm.
I'm better than you are. It's like,
And usually when it's going to be better than you are, that's got some insecurity at the core of it.
oh
Yeah.
God, yes.
Yeah.
No question. Take a very quick break. Be right back. I love this conversation because we're actually learning things.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing.
Yay.
Let's take a second to talk about my bank, North American Banking Company. As a business owner, you're always looking for opportunities to grow, and that's where North American Banking Company can help. Their business banking team offers tailored solutions, whether you're expanding your team, opening a new location, or upgrading equipment. What are you doing?
We're leaving.
Where are you going?
We're going home.
Oh, all right then.
You're going home now?
Yeah.
So you can go on your little trip? All right. Well, have fun. Where's my hug?
I don't think you. Well, no, we have a graphic up right now,
Hey,
so
little
you can.
graphic up. Come
Yeah,
and give me a quick hug.
go ahead.
My buddy.
No one can see you.
Love you.
Love me too.
Have a good time.
See you, Sage, man.
Believe it or not, that was all actually part of the script for North American.
Yes, it was part of the script for North American Banking
It's a
Company.
skit.
There's no question about it. And by the way, I can also mention what just happened with Sage and me. He came over and gave me a hug and a kiss and said he loved me. I cannot remember once either one of my grandfathers saying that to me. So we have
Neither.
changed.
Yay.
Back in those days, it just never happened.
No.
No.
And now I'll get back to you in a second, Bilski, I promise. But now the number one thing in my family, to me, is my family. My whole life is around how much I love my family, my friends, the good people that I work with. I mean, the people are all that matter to me. It seems to me that it doesn't matter to too many people. I'm the most important thing, and the rest of you aren't as good as I am.
Right.
Why do they need that? I don't get it.
Who knows?
Okay, back to Bilski. Look at the punches I take. Actually, being nice to Bilski on the show. It's not easy for me to do. We love you, Mikey. Let's take a second to talk about my bank, North American Banking Company. As a business owner, you're always looking for opportunities to grow. And that's where North American Banking Company can help. Their business banking team offers tailored solutions, whether you're expanding your team, opening a new location, or upgrading your equipment. Because they're locally owned, loan decisions are made right here in the Twin Cities, which means faster approval and more flexibility to meet your needs. If you're ready to take your business to the next level, why not bank with my friends at North American Banking Company? Visit nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. I got that out before the door opened again.
Yay.
I was very happy about that. Yay, me.
Brad, John Bryant, Michael Bryant. Michael, what's up?
Dealing with another case where a person gave a statement to the adjuster because they thought the person was really friendly.
Is that a good idea?
Well, the problem is they know the law when they call you up. And while you're trying to be fair and you're trying to get help, the reality is there are questions you get asked that the way you answer them make a big difference. And people put themselves in trouble. And when they aren't in trouble, they didn't do anything wrong, but suddenly the adjuster's got a statement that can blow up their case completely.
What has caused people to be so untrustworthy, I guess is the best way I could put it? They take advantage.
Well, insurance companies have hired adjusters whose job it is to deal with unrepresented people. So they're supposed to kind of lure them in, call them every day, see how they're doing. And people are like, oh, I'm doing pretty good. Where the reality is they've kind of adjusted to their problem that they've got going on. So it's not that they're completely better, but the way they say it gets to be a problem. And that's why having somebody who can explain your rights, represent you, make sure that you understand the law before you give a statement can make a big difference in your case.
Michael Bryant, Bradshaw and Bryant.
We're ushering into going on here or not, but I was wondering, how much do you think of it as age related, or is that not a factor?
What are we talking about now?
What you're kind of describing right here.
I'm
always right.
Oh, yeah.
And they're kind of like, you're racist, you're homophobic, I'm always right.
I think every young person thinks that way, no matter what their generation. Like everyone between the ages of probably 14 and 25 thinks they know everything about everything.
Yeah, because we refer to that as, and I remember learning about that about aging and development. It's like the idealist is a great label for it. It's the idealist stage of life.
Yeah.
And that can have pros and cons too, because you can have bullheaded young people that think,
Right.
The light bulb just went off. I'm special. I figured out how the world works, and all these old people are clueless.
Yeah.
Versus the humility to go,
Big part
they
of
used
it.
to be in my shoes.
Yeah.
Yep.
The thing is, the pro and the con is you can have these stubborn young people who are the idealists that are bullheaded and they're wrong.
Right.
But you can also get young people who are idealists that are bullheaded, that are onto something, and they can be people that make changes in our country sometimes. Like we have eras where we go, what did these young people do?
Yeah.
Good changes and
Absolutely.
that kind of stuff. Absolutely.
And if they wouldn't have been so bullheaded, if they would have been more pragmatic, we may not have had those changes.
No, that's true.
Thinking back to that as a little boy, I didn't really know about, all these things like sexism and racism and all that stuff. We didn't really talk about it much, in my neighborhood and all the rest of it, because there were all kinds of different people there. And I kind of, looking back on that, I kind of wish we had segued a little better than we did. So nobody ever talked about it, to now that's all some people talk about, but they don't have a perspective on it. Somebody told them this is what you should think and how you should act, and then you just do it.
Yeah.
I've never been like that. I my whole life, I've never been like that. I just don't really understand. First of all, I don't understand why you would care what some other people do. You know what? I've always said this I said it on the KQ Morning Show for 37 years. You leave the kids and the dogs alone, I'm okay. Right? I mean, don't prey on people.
Yep.
Don't ever prey on people, but whatever you want to do, you 2, 3, 4, 5 people figure it out, and who cares? Good
Well, I
for
mean,
you.
for thousands of years, and we talk about, not preying on children, that sort of thing. Not only did many societies, if a culture invaded another culture, they would kill everyone.
Yeah.
Children were not exempt from this rule.
That's correct.
And a lot of these cultures also practiced killing of their own children if they were perceived as weak or sick
Right.
or something like
Yep.
that. So it's children being off limits is actually a relatively new development in human history.
Yep.
Yeah.
And even some cultures today, it's still like, if a kid something's wrong with them, just get rid of them because the village can't feed another useless mouth.
Well,
So
and even
just-
childhood as a kind of, in a way, as a concept of like playing.
yeah.
I remember learning about that too, about childhood development. Relatively speaking, that's a new concept.
It used to be
Yeah.
you're 6 years old, you can sew now, go make clothes.
Yeah.
Right. You were
8
told
hours
as
a
a
day,
young
you make-
adult. You're just a young adult. That's it.
How
Yep.
old were you when you had your first job?
11.
Yeah.
I was
Yep.
11
Yep.
years old.
Yeah, nowadays that's illegal.
Yep. Nowadays,
is it?
a parent wouldn't let you do that.
No, there's no way.
So go back to the pendulum. Do we want to have like 5-year-olds doing hard labor?
No.
Right?
Probably.
I mean,
what
I
happens
honestly-
when the pendulum
probably
goes
not.
too
Well, I
far?
think it depends on the child. I think Ethan would enjoy hard labor because he's that kind of kid.
Well, the
but
kid is as big as I am.
I know
mean,
he could
come on.
give him a pickaxe and a vein of coal,
Them
and he'll be
shoulders
happy.
he's got.
How old were you when you got your first job? Do you remember?
I think Dad put me on the lawnmower to mow lawns and run the snowblower when I was about 9.
Yeah, but you were riding on a vehicle. That's not even work.
Yeah, you still have to clean it out and everything else.
You had
Yeah,
a
you
riding
did.
mower at 9?
Yeah.
Fancy.
Ooh,
We had acreage.
That's true. You need.
Yeah,
Oh,
acreage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We. Well, I mean, you've seen where we grew up.
Yep.
Dayton.
Yep.
Yeah. What was that property? 17 acres.
20.
20 acres. Yeah. We weren't using a push mower on
No.
that place.
No, we were not.
I mean, I didn't use any sort of mower because I was.
Now I'm old. I have a third of an acre and I have a riding lawnmower still. So
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, my neighbor has a riding mower, even though their property's about the same size as
Yeah.
ours. And every so often, Melissa is like, "Wouldn't that be nice?" And I'm like, "This is the only exercise I get. How sedentary do you
There
want
you
me
have
to
it.
be?" I mean, aside from chasing Ethan around all
Yeah.
day, and now Colin, his new thing is going after the dog water. We'll put him in the sunroom and then, go to the kitchen table. And the first thing he does is he books it towards the dog water in the kitchen. It's like,
Is he walking yet?
not quite. He is standing for probably a solid 5-10 seconds at a time.
That's
so
good.
it's not going to be long.
Yep.
And
Then you'll
that's-
be. I wish he wouldn't.
I know. And that's going to be a whole other thing is him walking and getting into things that are, everything has to be up 2 feet minimum.
I
Yep.
got to ask you a question. As far as carrying things with you, was it kind of a benefit that I was exposed to all of these things in my neighborhood at a very young age? So I've had all these years to kind of think through. I'll give you an
I
example.
think it depends on the context.
When I was 16 years old, I was at North High School having lunch. And this guy from a family, I won't say his name because his family's still around. Excuse me. But, he was looking around, and he had this concerned look on his face. And finally he saw me. He was I guess I was 16. I think he was about 18, though. He's older than me. And he came over and I could see that he was very depressed. I talked to him about this and I said, man, I said, hey, Tommy, I just came over to say, I'm leaving early today. I don't feel that great. And so I talked to him. We had a little lunch, not a lot, and all the rest of it. He goes, you know what, Tommy, I got to get going. I got to go take care of this. I said, take care of what? He said, I just got to get more sleep. I got to take care of the whole thing. So he got up. I got up. I found out later on that afternoon that he walked the half a block down to West Broadway from North High School and shot and killed the guy at the gas station for no reason. He was the first human being the man came across. And you know what? How that weighs on me to this day that I sat and talked face to face from about as far away as you are, right after talking to me, he went and killed someone.
Mm.
That's a very weird feeling. I will
Yeah.
tell you that.
Mhm.
To go through that. On the other hand, again, this is just we grew up differently.
Yeah.
These 4 guys apparently kidnapped the bus driver under. You know, the buses pull under on Glenwood Avenue. And is it just before you get downtown, the buses park under there? Well, these 4 guys decided to rape a female bus driver because there's nobody else under there. It's just, whatever. So they went to prison, and I saw one of them several years later. And I said, so-and-so, why did you guys do that? And he said, and he was serious. He was not kidding. He said, yeah, at least she was still alive when I did her. This is how the guy rationalizes what he did.
Yep.
He killed somebody. And the fact that she was still alive when you had sex with her, that was a good thing.
Against her will.
Yeah, against her will.
Mhm.
But this is how some people think. So how are we ever going to get people? We're never going to align people's thinking. It's
No.
never going to happen.
True.
I'm always going to be the victim. You're always going to be the bad guy. Is that true, Doc? I mean, you think it's always going to be like this? That is all the good stuff is because of me, and all the bad stuff is because of you.
I don't know. I feel like that's oversimplified. I mean,
Well, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I'm always hesitant about the idea. It's always going to be like this. Is everyone going to be like this? I imagine that it's always going to be that we're going to have people that are thinking that way.
Yeah.
But it's also good for us to remember that that's always going to be a percentage of the population.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully it's not like 90% of the population. And I don't think
Yeah.
we're ever realistically going to need to worry about that.
No, I
Right.
agree
But
with that.
there are going to be periods of time where, because of events that happen, our perception is going to be everybody's becoming this way. I think in general,
Yeah.
a lot of where we all come from as individuals is our temperament that we're born with, and then that's molded
Mhm.
by circumstances. I think that in general, as a society, fortunately, most of us are not going to be too bad when it comes to these ways that we're talking about people thinking.
Right.
But there's always going to be a percentage, and we just keep that in mind. Everything's not falling apart, because keep in mind that us here talking about it, we're probably not thinking we're that way. Right?
No.
And so if that's
Yeah.
true,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then that means we're not the only 3. We're
Right.
not the exceptions, and
Right.
everyone else
Right.
is thinking
Right.
that way.
Yep.
So just remember, not everyone's thinking that way. But,
Yep.
and those that are going to make it known, and they're going to be vocal.
Do you think part of that is what you were exposed to as a kid? I mean, because everybody has a different life, and I always use the fact that 3 of my uncles were murdered when I was a little kid
And
at different times, not all together either.
right. And that, just real quick, what I can see, I can feel you thinking. So I'm just going to say really quick that from what I learned, it is part of it is the temperament. And then you take what's the temperament you're born with, and then what's the environment, and that will affect largely how you come out of it.
Right.
Mhm.
If you have the temperament, for example, Tom, it feels to me like you have the temperament. Like, in a way, you're somebody who's going to speak your mind. You got kind of a groundedness to you. There's
Yeah.
a strength there that growing up in certain circumstances that are rough might toughen you, give you wisdom, things that you can come out of it and go, I learned from it. There's
Yeah.
some people that in a temperament
Yep.
that grew up in the environment that you did, they would crack. And they
Yeah.
do crack.
Oh, no
And
doubt about
whether
it.
it's that
Yeah.
they become
No
violent,
doubt.
whether
Yep.
it's that they become somebody who is overwhelmed with panic all the time.
Mhm.
Who are you when you come into this world, and what's the environment, and then combine those factors and go,
Yeah.
that's going to help determine what happens when you come out of it eventually.
You know, it's so amazing. We kind of put this deal together a couple of years ago, that of all the kids I went to St. Anne's with, to St. Joe's with, to North High School with, Jordan Junior High School, all the rest of it, out of all those people, dozens and dozens and dozens of people, there are 4 of us left. All the
Yeah.
rest of them are dead.
Mm.
And it started very young too, like
Well,
some in their teen years, then their 20s, and then their 30s. And they just kept,
That's how it
there are
always
4
goes.
of us
I
left.
gotta think though that's part of where you came from.
No question.
You know,
No
you
doubt.
came from a very rough neighborhood
Mhm.
with a very rough life, and those that couldn't adjust maybe or
Yeah. I
deal with
suppose-
stuff
Yeah, that's true.
went down the wrong path.
Yeah, they do.
And those of you that could, you're the guys that's still around.
Well, my
We
mother was a
have
big part of that.
I am doing a second podcast in about a half an hour.
All right, we'll
And we have one
go to
more break to do. So I think we
I'll
should
do
do
a
one
break
more
and then we'll
break
wrap
and
it
then,
up right after
another
this,
10,
Andy.
15 minutes or whatever.
Well, a couple of minutes anyway.
Whichever you
I'll
want
get it
to
all
do.
teed up and ready to go.
Depends on how
That sound
sick
good?
we are of Jesse
Can
and
I go
Dave.
grab one more?
Absolutely.
I'm
Oh,
super-
that stuff is good,
I'm
isn't it?
Good
super like
stuff.
dehydrated today, and it's really good.
You can
really
use the
good. Want some
door
more?
behind you, actually.
No,
That'll
I'm
go.
fine.
That'll go straight into the kitchen.
I'm
I'll go
fine.
straight through the bathroom into the kitchen.
Yeah, sure some of our listeners are wondering what's through that door. They're about to find out here.
You guys want anything?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
Thank you.
Actually, you can't see it all. Yeah, there's a bathroom back there.
There's a bathroom back there.
Pretty nifty.
All right, we'll take a break. Be right back, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to me. Your customers are listening to us, and they'll hear me promote your business. The Tom Bernard Podcast attracts thousands of listeners who are loyal, engaged, ready to support businesses they trust. By the way, our audience, Andy, keeps building by the day, right?
I think so.
Wonderful. We love to hear that. Our podcast has helped numerous businesses increase traffic, sales, brand recognition. We're not just about ads. We're about results. Whether you're a local business or a national brand, we offer custom advertising packages designed to fit your unique needs and goals. Our audience spans multiple demographics, allowing you to target your ideal customers with precision, from millennials to baby boomers and everyone in between. With the broad reach of the show and passionate following, your business will see increased visibility and awareness, translating into more customers and sales. So visit tombernardshow.com, click on the partner tab, and let's discuss how we can work together to grow your business. Why should your business bank with North American Banking Company? Here's Pete Wolf, owner of Robinson Rubber of Robbinsdale.
I partnered with North American Banking Company because I was able to talk to the president, and I know they have my back. They are much easier to talk to than those larger banks. The openness and flexibility has been the best part of banking with North American Banking Company. They understand small to medium businesses. No matter what part of the bank I am working with, North American Banking Company has the latest technology and friendly staff. I would absolutely recommend North American Banking Company to any of my closest colleagues if they want to have peace of mind in their business.
So why not bank where I bank, with my friends at North American Banking Company? To learn more about North American Banking Company, go to nabanco.com. That's nabanco.com, or do what I do and stop by any one of their 6 Twin Cities locations. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Ladies and gentlemen, these fellas have to get to work. They actually have jobs. They got to get to work. So
Not me.
we'll wrap it up. Oh, you're not working today?
Not today, tomorrow, but not today.
Who are you arresting tomorrow? Anybody I know?
I don't know. Depends on who's
Whoever I'm talking to.
I don't think they call it booking them, but they're not actually booked.
Oh, they're not.
You don't book an arrest.
Yeah.
You don't book an arrest anymore.
Well, you do, but that's just the term.
Yeah, it's
You arrest them and then you book them? Is that how it goes?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Throw the book at them.
I have never
Oh, yeah,
been
there you
arrested
go.
in my
Throw
life.
the law book at them.
Did you know
I
that?
haven't either.
You've never been arrested?
I've
What
never
percentage
been
of people
arrested.
have been arrested? I wonder. It can't be that
Well,
high.
out of North Minneapolis, about
Wow.
99.9. How about that for a start?
Let's see. What percentage of Americans?
Make your
have been
guesses if
arrested?
he's going to find the answer. What are we going to do in America?
Yes.
What percentage of Americans get arrested? Kind of a thing?
I would say
found
it's probably about
by the age
40.
of 23 is the number I found.
What?
But
Oh, the age.
And
I'd say 40%.
Oh, percent of
Really?
people
That would be
arrested?
my guess.
4 out of 10.
I'm going to go less than 10.
less than
I'm going
10.
to go less than 10. I feel like I'm hovering like around 7-ish, 8-ish%.
Okay, what do you got, Andy?
33. Dave was close.
Really?
1 in
I deal
3
with
Americans.
this. I deal with this stuff. I
One in
tell-
three
I'm
When
Americans-
you said 40, I was
Yeah.
wondering, is that a more accurate or a more skewed? And it was definitely a more
I
accurate.
deal
1
with
in
this.
3 Americans have been arrested by the age of 23, according to a survey around the year 2000. So I'm sure it's a little different now,
Yep.
but probably not that different.
Is speeding and DUI like the top then? Because I'm thinking
DUI,
like
DUI is an
Yeah.
arrest. Speeding is not an arrest.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, not unless you're going like 200 and a 30 or
Well,
something
yeah.
like that. Reckless driving is an arrest, but just speeding by
Technically,
itself.
no.
Going
It's a
No?
citable offense.
Yeah, because I got
Oh.
reckless once and I didn't get arrested.
I
It's-
think. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say it's a civil penalty, not a criminal penalty. It's when you
Huh.
do anything that flops it from we are now taking away your liberty
Yeah.
and we are detaining you. That is when it becomes an arrest.
I would bet half of arrests in this country are DUIs.
I would.
Yeah,
bet
it's gotta
you're
be really-
probably not.
Probably
Yeah,
true.
which is sad, but
Probably true.
It is
We got to
what it
get get this back on the books. You having you two in together is great because you get the cop
I
side.
really like this. I was,
This is-
oh,
this has
I
been a
sat
great
down, I was really
interaction.
intrigued. I'm like, did Tom intentionally orchestrate? Because this is really a fun dynamic. This
We
is
got
good.
it. This foursome right here when Nana and Alex can make it. Or can we do it like once a month? Would you guys do that?
I've you mentioned
I
that
think-
once, and I'm down for coming in once a month if you guys want to do
It
something
is
like that.
so great to hear two sides of every story, and it's actually four sides of every story because Andy and I
Mhm.
were talking about it. We're not involved in shrinkism or copism.
oh, Charlie was arrested at 16. His cousin shoplifted a bag. You can get arrested for a bag of candy.
Oh, God, absolutely! If you steal,
Well, I
it.
suppose this was back in whatever decade
Yeah.
that was.
How long ago, Charlie?
16. I don't want to guess,
Well,
but I have a
Charlie's
guess.
older than I am.
Yes, Charlie is one of our oldest
he
listeners.
was
I
arrested
believe.
at 16.
And I can say that because he
Charlie,
makes fun of his own age all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not enough.
Do you have to go to jail to be arrested? Is that a technicality?
No,
Because
you
I
do
was
not.
shoplifting at 16, and they had the cop come into Fleet Farm. I stole a fishing lure.
You
Oh,
do not have to
please.
go to jail to be arrested.
Would it count as arrest? Was I arrested?
If there was a formal complaint filed, that's an arrest.
Okay, yeah. The
You don't
cop
have-
came
you don't
out
have
and
to be
sat down with
cuffed?
us in the security room
Yep.
and all that stuff.
You don't have to be cuffed to be arrested?
Nope.
Oh, huh.
Then I think that's why the number goes a little up.
They
'cause I
just,
pictured all
yeah. When I picture an arrest, I think
You're-
like
yeah, I
cuffed
can
and
see that.
interrogated, that sort of thing.
these- Yeah.
Or interviewed, rather.
And I got to mention before we go,
Charlie is a liar. He says that was in the 1940s.
In the 40s.
what was in the 40s?
when he was
Sure.
when he
which would
shot
mean Charlie is about to celebrate his 100th birthday. Charlie.
Charlie, close enough. Well, thank you guys, but I do want to get this set up back together because we got to a lot of very, very important issues. I mean, if the women want to be part of it, that's great too. But I just love the fact we're so open and honest about everything. Because I think, why don't we close with this and you guys angle on this? I think people will badmouth other people because they think it makes them look better. Do you think that's true?
I think that's a big part of it, yes.
That I look good because you're a criminal, you're a thief, you're a liar, you're a homophobe, you're a racist. But
Yep.
that stuff comes out way too easy for people now.
Mhm.
Don't you think? I mean, if
Well,
you had
kids
said
do the
that-
same thing. It's like,
Right.
you got cooties and you smell them. That sort of thing.
I'd rather have
It's
cooties
the
being called a
adult- it's
racist.
the adult-
It is the adult. It literally is the adult version of it.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, and I mean, like, kid says you have cooties. The implication is that kid doesn't have cooties, so now he looks better.
My dad can beat up your dad, kind of stuff. All
Mhm.
that.
And I'll,
I'd have to
I'll
go
add
to the
one
mental
deeper
ward.
layer that maybe will be for our next discussion. It was something I thought of a little bit as we were talking. So I think this is really interesting. Bear with me in making the comparison and
All
tell me
right.
if we got to get going really quick here. But so think about how with Christianity, I'm going to grab the example from Christianity,
Mhm.
is that a lot of Christians have this thing where, well, hey, Jesus said I'm supposed to go out and share the gospel and spread the word. and all that
Right.
stuff.
Mhm.
And so we all know that there's Christians that feel that deep down they are on a mission, that the best thing they're supposed to be doing is, regardless of if other people are uncomfortable and think
Right.
it's weird, they feel they have an obligation to go and spread that gospel to people, right?
Mhm.
And I think that taps into something that also goes along with in society when we have this thing of, why do all these people keep grabbing their megaphones and saying this, and when we get annoyed by it,
Right.
one of the things that I've analyzed in looking at it is, how often is it, because Tom, you're asking the question, how often do people want to feel better about themselves and put other people down? I feel like that's one of the things.
Mhm.
How often do people, are they doing what they're doing and saying what they're saying because they believe deep down, go back to the idealists, they've figured it out and they have an obligation to
Yeah.
be telling everybody in the world.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
we can go,
Yeah.
you're so self-centered. Are they?
Yep.
They might be, and there's more to it. It's a lot there to talk about.
Yeah, it's
So,
kind
yeah.
of like we had Kostaki on a couple weeks ago, and we talked about how like at the NFL stadiums they have to put like one of 7 phrases on the end zone or something, and it's like
oh yeah.
end racism is one of them.
Mhm.
The idea being that these people are racist, but they don't know that they're supposed to stop until an end zone tells them to.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's just so bizarre, but
It
that is how a lot
You're
of people
right.
think. They think that if they call you racist, you'll be like, I never thought about it that way. You're right. I'm going to change my ways.
Unbelievable.
And that is a very idealist way of thinking.
Mhm.
All right, that is going to do it. But we'll get this crowd back together. This was a good discussion. It was very honest.
Fun. Yeah.
Nobody cut back on anything. So that'll do it. And we'll talk to you on Tuesday. We're not on Monday.
That's
Can I make a real quick plug for something?
Absolutely.
Tuesday night, I will be running the Funniest Person in St. Paul finale.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
been going all summer. It's going to be a huge event. It's going to be standing room only, but Gambit Brewing in Lower Town, St. Paul, Tuesday night, Funniest Person in St. Paul. It's going to be an awesome show.
Cool.
Thank you.
Magnificent.
Love it.
Somebody just called in from West Palm Beach, Florida to say, good. They're glad to hear it. So
That's just some random person got your
I
personal
don't know whose number this is, but I hope it's. Oh, you know what? No, I don't. I really don't know who it is. All right. But yes, we will get this group back together, ladies and gentlemen, because this is a lot of honesty. We didn't, duck any questions or answers or any of the rest of it. We'll get it done. We will be back on Tuesday because the 1st is Labor Day.
And remember, this weekend is the last chance you have for the next Jack's Cafe giveaway. So I'll be doing that on Tuesday because it wouldn't be fair to do it on Monday, I suppose.
All right. That's very good. All right. We'll talk to you on Tuesday. Thank you.
Bye.
Every time I hear the singing reminds me how you talking